and bi stuff. I wanted to do a Q&A about sexuality, specifically bisexuality, because that's what I know. I went on my Tumblr and I asked you guys to send me questions, and you sent me so freaking many, it's ridiculous. So here's like 2% of them, because I can't possibly get to them all. Do you ever feel like you're too gay or too straight? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all the time. I go through phases where I'm super confident in my identity and everything, and then other times where I feel like I'm not measuring up, which is stupid because who do I have to measure up to except for myself? And I'm always measuring up to myself. There's no predetermined way to do identity and to do who you are at all, I tell myself, because sometimes I don't believe it, but that's true. It's true. Why do you identify as bi as opposed from pan? I get this question all the time. My reasons for this are actually pretty simple and straightforward. I don't really care about labels. I don't really put too much stock in words to describe myself, but the reason that I identify as bisexual is because more people have heard of it. But it's fluid and everybody identifies however they feel comfortable, and that's all that I care about. Are you comfortable? Are you happy? Do you feel honest? That's it. That's all I care about. Did you deal with internalized homo/biphobia when first discovering you were bisexual? Hell yeah, I did. I'm still doing that, to be honest. We've made a lot of strides, but still, generally, as a society, we look at people who are not straight as the other, as different, as something odd and strange and not normal. Working through that and overcoming that is difficult, and it's hard, and it's gonna be something I'm probably gonna do for the rest of my life. What's the most annoying question you get asked frequently? Do you consider yourself to be a 50-50 split bisexual? Some people don't find it annoying, but I do, because I just think the question is boring and unnecessary. I get that people just want to understand you better, but it's really only bi, pan, and like polysexual people who feel they have to put specific parameters on their identity and on their sexuality. I don't really care about labels at all, so I definitely don't care about percentages, and also I don't feel like my feelings can be boiled down to a number like that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I also don't feel like it's necessary, but again, this is just a me thing. This is a me thing. Some people are fine doing that. I just don't care. Is it really necessary to come out when you're bi? It's not necessary to come out ever. Like about anything. If you're not ready to come out, if you're not safe to come out, if you don't want to come out, there's no, you don't have to do anything. And you're no less legit if you don't come out. You're fine if you don't come out. Since coming out, have you realized that there were any male TV or movie characters that you had a crush on? Oh yeah, one really recently. Peter Petrelli from Heroes. It turns out I was really, really gay for him. I just didn't know it. But yeah, 100% my type of a person. So, yeah, very gay for him. How do you explain bisexuality to ignorant people? I don't think you really can. That's a little bit pessimistic. I just think if people are already resigned to their opinions that go against the logic of the real world, that it's gonna be really hard to change their opinions. I generally try to avoid conversations like that. Like, if I say something about myself and somebody rejects it and just says something that's completely nonsensical, I generally will just leave that conversation and won't deal with it because that stresses me out. If I do have the energy, then I'll just sort of present the information and then let them do with it what they will. But you can't really beat yourself up over not being able to convince somebody that you're right. But I also believe that generally people are intelligent enough to come to the right conclusions when exposed to the right information over a long period of time. So it may take a while, but I think people do come around eventually. Last question, how can people be better allies to bisexuals? Really, being an ally in any context of the word is just about listening. It's just about listening to other people when they talk about their experience. It's important to remember that your experience and opinions are not universal, right? So I can really only speak for myself. I don't speak for the whole of the bisexual community. I speak for myself, and I fit into that community, but I don't speak for anyone other than myself. And as an ally, it's kind of similar, right? You just need to learn when to take a back seat and let people talk about themselves. And that's totally fine and actually really, really easy to just not talk. That's about it, though, on the questions. Thank you for sending me so many. There's so many questions. So many freaking questions. If you have any more questions or thoughts or anything, you can always leave them as a comment down below. I'll hopefully be reading and responding to as many of them as possible. I am going to head off of here, though. I love you a lot, and I will see you next time on Friday. My favorite thing about the last video is everyone was like, your skin, it looks so flawless. And like, nah, I was wearing makeup. I did a photo shoot in the morning. It wasn't my actual skin. Get memed on. Get wrecked. Ha!